The Comptroller's office put its magnifying glass on the allocation and execution of health resources in the reconstruction process of San Andres, Old Providence, and Catalina.
Through the Comptroller Delegate of the Health Sector, the Comptroller Office visit the archipelago today to follow up on the allocation and execution of resources for the health sector. For this, they visit the Departmental Health Secretariat and the National Unit for Risk Management.
The Comptroller, through the Delegate of Health, is in the archipelago of San Andres, Old Providence, and Santa Catalina, doing a follow-up on the allocation of resources for the reconstruction in the health sector. For this, we will make a visit to the Departmental Health Secretariat and the Unit for Risk Management so that they indicate us what has been the execution to date. The Comptroller will continue doing permanent monitoring of all the health resources.
This news team will be attentive to the development of this news and the conclusion that took place in this meeting, which are so important for the advance of our department reconstruction.
The department leads the list of the most vaccinated people according to the population density in the whole country.
According to the National Federation of Departments, FND, the archipelago represents the highest rate of vaccination against COVID-19 according to population density, registering a total of 1,421 doses applied per 1,000 people.
Agradeciendo entonces a la comunidad.
We want to thank the community for their response to the mass vaccination for the application of the second dose. Nationally, the department appears in first place due to the number of doses applied per 1,000 people residing in the department.
Finally, the health official gave a balance of vaccination against COVID-19 on the island.
Llevamos un total de 70,135 dosis.
We have a total of 70,135 doses applied, of which 40,514 are first doses and 29,621 are second doses throughout the department. We invite the community to complete the vaccination schedule so that we can better develop the antibodies we need to protect ourselves against the severity of the disease.
The Health Secretariat reiterates the importance of people going out to get vaccinated, especially pregnant women who are currently being immunized with the Pfizer vaccine at the departmental hospital.
Inscriptions for the Familias en Acción program in the Archipelago Department continue to be open for families who want to be part of the program.
Social Prosperity opens the registration process for the Familias en Acción program aimed at the population living in poverty and extreme poverty, target based on SISBEN 4 data. Dora Flores, coordinator of the program in the archipelago, invites those enrolled in the program to verify their affiliation.
The person has to come to the office and check if his or her name is on the list. We have the list in the office taped on the glass window. The person arrives, checks if his or her name is on the list, and then you have to go to the Cajasay office. You have to bring a copy of your ID card enlarged to 150% and also bring the original ID card. Bring a photocopy of the child's identity card as well as the original. If it is a baby, bring the civil registry. It is an opportunity provided by the Department of Social Prosperity from the Presidency of the Republic, so let us take advantage of the opportunity because it is for the benefit of the child, for their health and education.
The inscription of the program Familias en Acción began on June 1st and ended on October 31st.
The ARC Gloria ship will be arriving on July 31st to the island, according to the port captain. He also stated that the vessel will visit the sister island of Old Providence.
The training ship ARC Gloria begins a new navigation voyage in which it is expected to visit the island archipelago and anchor in San Andres and the sister island of Old Providence in the coming days. In communication with the port captain Rodrigo Quintero, he informed us the following.
I want to take this opportunity to comment that the ARC Gloria training ship will be visiting San Andres and will be docking on the island on July 31st and in Old Providence on August 1st. So this is a great opportunity for the whole community to take advantage and learn a little more about our ARC Gloria training ship.
The last visit the ship made on the island of San Andres was on March 1st of 2020 when the mishap of the current pandemic did not prevent the citizens of the archipelago to visit the ship and enjoy and learn about the history of the ship, tells us from bow to stern. Although the decision as to whether the citizen will be able to board the ship has not been made, it is expected that all the biosecurity protocols will be in place for a good arrival of the ship that has visited our island since 1967, when it sailed the waters of the world.
As it has already been mentioned in our midday broadcast, during the afternoon hours, a training session was held in the auditorium of the departmental government headed by the Comptroller's office to discuss important issues about the processes that should be taken into consideration by citizen overseers. Teleislas News was present at the meeting.
Training with the purpose of enriching the knowledge of social leaders and citizens of our CRs in the exercise of the care of public resources, and also to strengthen the processes of citizen participation in the island and the action and management that the citizens of our CRs undertake to take care of public resources. The Departmental Comptroller Office had the support of the Antioquia Comptroller Office to conduct this workshop. Citizens of our CRs who attended the training highlighted its importance.
The topic that they touched today in this workshop, I just want to say is very important because it teaches us to have a good control, a social control in the department. They teach us that it's not to maybe to persecute no one and the government, but is to just make a good watching at what the administration are doing. So
it's very important for us as veedores, let's say it like that, for us to assist to this workshop. Why? Because we come in on a process, a long process, where we was elected as after certain studies of a diplomado as veedores. But not only that, we have to be on date. We have to be actualized. We have to have the capacity to work and to execute anything concerned veeduría. We can't just take it up like that and just go and maybe to an entity or to some place and accuse.
For the participants, it is important that the observers participate and are aware of all the processes that must be executed to conduct a good inspection.
The Comptroller's office today in Old Providence followed up on the reconstruction commitments for new housing, repairs, and shelters that arose after the recent visit of the Comptroller General.
In the framework of the special follow-up to the reconstruction, the Comptroller's delegate for citizen participation, Luis Carlos Pineda, and his technical team visited the municipality to follow up on the reconstruction commitments.
Today we were touring the sites arranged for the shelters, among them Santa Cruz and New Life, where we are monitoring the follow-up of the schedules. Let's remember that of the 4 shelters available, each one has a capacity of approximately 350 inhabitants. We are talking about close to 1,400 in total. These shelters are expected to be delivered by the end of August and others by the end of September.
A work table and visits to various sectors were also carried out to verify what is happening in terms of repairs and the construction of new housing.
We found a diagnosis today, July 27th, of about 64 houses between new and RP, which is necessary to be taken into account by the opinion to verify the progress of the commitments given by the entities, among them FINDETER and the Ministry of Housing, related to the reconstruction milestones themselves.
Finally, for tomorrow, the Comptroller Health Delegate will be verifying the progress at the hospital, a project that has been assigned important resources.
For next week, we will be verifying the pending commitments for July and June. And also starting tomorrow, the Health Delegate will be verifying what has to do with the hospital itself, which is here in Old Providence, where we are talking about significant resources in the order of 87,000 million pesos for the reconstruction of the health center.
Today, the SEAFLOWER 2021 Old Providence and Santa Catalina expedition ends the 7th version of this program. This research sought to corroborate and gather comparative information after the impact of the hurricanes, in addition to evaluating the recovery in various areas.
Mangroves, the most affected ecological system, increase in waste on the seabed and damage of part of the coral reefs. These are some of the results after the SEAFLOWER expedition research.
In the exposed areas of the reef barrier, we found quite a lot of mechanical damages, although the corals are already growing on their axis and some colonies that have fallen, mainly corals that grow vertically, are being replaced. Others are completely dead. The reef area was affected towards the west side of the complex.
However, about 50% of the planted coral restoration colonies survived the hurricane and 2 turtle nests have already been found.
Las poblaciones de aves son bastante. The bird populations are quite small on the island. The endemic birds showed a low abundance, but they are still present, which is the important thing. There was no evidence of a significant reduction in the number of individuals that could generate a bottleneck or possible local extinction.
Much of the information is recorded on the SEAFLOWER platform for community access.
Let's say that these are very preliminary results. They are observations. The research teams of the different institutions will analyze the data to generate the most complete reports so that later a document will be delivered.
This information is of vital importance for future recovery and restoration processes.